You are born in a galaxy far, far away. 3 years pass and you are raised in a loving home, but something peculiar happens because God forbid anyone in this galaxy enjoys a happy childhood. An aircraft so advanced it is capable of warp speed arrives just outside the home. 2 cloaked Jedi masters emerge and walk towards the home with a distinct mission: recruitment, or legal child abduction. They tell your parents they have felt strong abilities from you and they would like to recruit you to a life of cosmic purpose. Rise to claim the ultimate honor, life as a Jedi. But it comes with a cost. They will never see their son again, and conveniently leave out how if they're not good enough, they'll basically be fired, but more on that later. Reluctantly, your parents relinquish you. Your mother's eyes swell up with tears as your father places a comforting hand on your shoulder. You exchange goodbyes. This is most likely the last time you will ever see your family again. Oh, not that you were asked, but this will be the last time you experience unconditional love since you'll be taught to forego attachment. You arrive at the Jedi Temple, your new home. There are thousands of years of history here. Between these walls are legends, warriors, intellectuals, leaders, and healers. You are not alone, however. There are other younglings your age who grow with you. As initiates, you live in the temple's nursery, divided into sections based on age, where Jedi minders oversee daily activities and care. From a loving home to an overcrowded galactic orphanage, you attend group classes and are trained by various Jedi and are taught the ways of the Force. Your days are meticulously structured. Mornings are dedicated to practicing Force abilities. Noon, you spend your time in academic studies, covering politics and galactic law, and afternoons are spent on physical education and lightsaber training. Part of the training means foregoing any attachment. You have no family and will never be romantically involved. Oh, and yes, you now have superpowers. Over time, you will be able to move objects with your mind, possess superhuman strength and agility, sense hidden threats, influence thoughts, heal wounds, and even communicate telepathically. Some of the training won't make sense initially, such as being blindfolded and forced to defend yourself. But this is part of the training, to put trust in the Force and yourself to achieve what was previously seen as impossible. Meditation is a large part of the training. Your connection to the Force is the foundation of your training and will guide you in this life and the next. Eventually, you meet living legends, Jedi masters such as Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, Mace Windu. You learn there are a lot of different species out there, all with unique attributes. In Yoda's case, he is a life form that can live for thousands of years and a being who speaks like a backwards fortune cookie. When ready, you participate in the gathering ritual, journeying into the ice crystal caves where the Force guides you to your unique Kyber crystal. Inside the caves, you face what scares you the most. Your worst fears manifested. Upon overcoming the tribulations, the Force guides you toward a crystal that is most suited for you. Under the guidance of Master Huyang, an experienced droid professor, you learn the intricate details of lightsaber construction, from hilt assembly to installing the Kyber crystal. The Force helps guide your hand. You are now truly part of the Jedi Order. You have reached the age of 15 years old and have lifelong obligations to a cult. Next are the Initiate Trials, a series of tests that will determine your fate in the Jedi Order. It tests your connection to the Force, lightsaber challenges, and your moral compass. Your testing doesn't end there. There are yearly apprentice tournaments which allow you to showcase your saber and Force skills, hopefully catching the attention of potential Jedi Masters. for Apprenticeship. Think of it like Jedi's Got Talent, where the judges are old space wizards and not everyone will win. Those who excel move on to become Padawans, glorified interns, while others are reassigned to the Service Corps or encouraged to leave the Order to contribute to the galaxy in other ways. Because foregoing your family and swearing lifelong allegiance wasn't good enough for them. A Jedi Master appreciates your drive and skills and casts you as his apprentice. Congratulations! You then learn advanced lightsaber techniques and begin to participate in more diplomatic missions, peacekeeping operations, and even small conflicts. Of course, under the leadership of your Jedi Master. Your reputation begins to grow as you show proficiency and maturity, also how well you take laser beams. As you become an adult, this also leads to temptation. A life without attachment does not allow for romance, making you similar to a fully loaded sports car more capable than any vehicle on the road, yet no one is allowed to drive it. You trust the Force and it aids in your progress and focus. When you reach the age of 40, you are granted permission to undertake a series of tests to determine the mastery of the Force. Yes, there are more tests than any high school in the country. The Jedi trials include testing fear, assessing Jedi teachings and wisdom, physical abilities and combat skills, connection to the Force, and mental resilience. Because 40 years of celibacy isn't enough to show your mental resilience. This leads to evaluation and approval by senior Jedi Masters to attain the rank of Jedi Knight. This comes at an uncertain time in the universe. The Sith have returned for the first time in 1,000 years. Your life has just changed. You now receive independent missions and expanded responsibilities. This includes coordinating with other Jedi Knights and representing the Jedi Order anywhere and everywhere. Your training does not stop, however. A Jedi Knight is always expanding on their knowledge and skills, and as you learn, temptation once again sneaks up. You learn about the dark side and having the option of exploring your abilities without restraints. But you choose against it and continue on the path of perceived righteousness. Years pass and the Sith's return is accompanied by the Clone Wars, which, as a Jedi Knight, you are compelled to participate in. And that means you are now signed up for war. Well, what does that entail? Leading clone troopers into battle, executing strategic missions to dismantle separatist strongholds, and making split decisions that could turn the tide of the war. You engage in frontline combat, utilize advanced lightsaber skills, and employ Force abilities to protect allies and eliminate threats. Your sacrifices are noted and you become an inspiration to those on the battlefield. This is recognized by the Jedi Council and you are promoted to Jedi Master. During a battle, you come face to face with a Sith, the former Padawan to Yoda himself, Count Dooku. Great, the first Sith you get to fight is a guy so old he makes retirement homes look like college dorms. You learn, despite a life of training and dedication, there are those who far outclass you. You hold your own, briefly, but it's not enough. Count Dooku takes your leg, and as he is about to end you, you are saved by reinforcements. You are carried out of the battlefield, but be thankful you live in an advanced technological society. You receive emergency surgery and are given a new leg. You are now a cyborg, and metal detectors are now your enemy. As your ranking goes up, so does your battalion size. You are leading larger forces in more consequential battles. Little do you know, the army you are leading has chips implanted in their brains that will take over their consciousness when 2 words are uttered. And today is that day. You sense something is wrong, but it's too late. Your entire battalion aims their weapon at you, and there is nothing you can do. You are taken out, and everything you trained for is for nothing. And because you have not reached full Jedi and Force mastery, you never learn to become a Force ghost and instead dissolve into the Force without a personal consciousness. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my previous one, Your Life Bonded with a Symbiote. I think you'll enjoy it. Also, support the page by liking this video. It makes a huge difference. Thank you.